position that furloughed workers should be paid for their back pay?
I would say it depends on who we're talking about. I can tell you this, the Democrats have put a lot of people in great risk and jeopardy, but it really depends on who you're talking about. But for the most part, we're going to take care of our people. There are some people that really don't deserve to be taken care of, and we'll take care of them in a different way.
Yeah, so that's stark and just that's the sort of base level fascistic language that we always have. Government workers, well, if they support me, then maybe they'll get pay. If not, then we'll take care of them in another way. Like seriously, if that was dialogue on The Sopranos, people would be like, man, the writing's really gone to hell the last couple seasons. But that's just the president implying that they'll be taken care of in some way. Weird that people used to talk about how he was involved with the mafia decades ago. Anyway, Donald Trump is in statements like that, not only scaring most of America, but he in particular is making the job of the Republicans more difficult because they would have you believe that all of the difficulties of all of this is that's the Democrats' problems. The Republicans are responsible. And they're going to do what every government has always done, which is coming out of these shutdowns, everybody gets paid for the work that they did. And the reason you do that isn't just because it's the right thing to do. You do it because if you make clear you're not gonna do that, why the hell would anyone show up to work? But Donald Trump is a moron. He's never worked an honest day in his life. He's never actually worked for pay, so he doesn't understand that motivation. He just assumes, yeah, everyone will come in because if not, I guess I'll lock them up and I can decide based on who they voted for if they actually get paid or not. And all of this is very much not what the Republicans want you to believe is how things are gonna work. Mike Johnson said, it has always been my understanding that the law requires furloughed workers to receive back pay. And the reason that it's always been his understanding is because that is in fact what the law is. He says, and of course that's been the tradition. I don't care if it's the tradition, it's the law. Sorry, you can just leave that up there. I'm gonna cut in every once in a while. Apologies to the TD. And I'm not sure exactly what the president is referring to there. I've been so busy with this, I haven't had a chance to dig into it. And this is Mike Johnson doing the thing he always has to do, which is Donald Trump says something that is awful or illegal or boneheaded, and he has to be like, oh, I'm not gonna criticize him because I'll lose all of my power, but I've just been so busy, catching up on season 2 of Wednesday and everything. It's just there's always another show to watch. Who has time to listen to the president threaten tens of thousands of government workers without getting their pay? So anyway, behind the scenes, the Republicans have been apparently trying to advise Trump to stop making it seem as if this shutdown is just like a fun thing they're doing to hurt their political opponents. The messaging is supposed to be that this is the Democrats being irresponsible and the Republicans are good stewards of the government just trying to do what's necessary to make things work. But then Donald Trump comes out with a statement like that and he makes them all look like goobers. And so behind the scenes, Senate Majority Leader John Thune has apparently counseled the president to attempt to limit the fallout from the shutdown for as long as possible, according to one of the people that's talked to the Wall Street Journal. Far-reaching government cuts and firings could backfire with the public, lawmakers have told the president's aides, warning that such moves could cause voters to blame Republicans for the shutdown. And I understand why John Thune would think that, because people already blame the Republicans for the shutdown. And the fact that the Republicans, especially Donald Trump, keep taking victory laps around this maybe plays into that a little bit. And John Thune, who is notably not a good guy or anything, at least understands the optics of this. But Donald Trump is just so used to being able to bluster and threaten and get away with it that he doesn't understand that the public is also watching this. And they don't always agree with him. In fact, increasingly so on a number of issues, they don't. And so they're trying to advise him to get it together messaging wise. And the last thing that he should get it together on is, he recently indicated last week, and we covered this, oh, maybe I'll taco a little bit and I'll work with the Democrats on extending the ACA subsidies. And I said, I'll believe it when I see it. Turns out he hadn't actually talked to the Democrats at all, and they made that clear. And now he's saying, oh, well, actually, I'll do it, but only after the government shutdown has ended, which is that's not negotiations, and nobody believes that you're gonna do that. So what was the point of saying those? What was the point of making those noises out of your front face hole? It doesn't actually affect the negotiations at all. And again, I don't want the government to be shut down, but this is actually hurting the Republicans according to the polling. And they can drag it out for a month or two if they want, if that's what they want people's holiday season to be, a nice intro to midterms year. They can do that, but I don't think it's good advice for them. I don't think it's a good path. And the Republicans, the responsible ones who want their party to continue to control the Senate and the House, they sure don't seem to either. So we'll see. Again, Donald Trump is fundamentally undisciplined. He's a wild card, and he doesn't seem to understand when it actually bites him in the ass.